Hello, friends. We are back with yet another reading vlog. This vlog, we're going to be reading the book that is on my physical TBR with the worst ratings and the book that's on my physical TBR with the best rating. I gotta tell you, it took some time to figure this all out, having to go through every single book on my shelves. But I will say that the two books we're going to be reading, both of them came in by a landslide with their ratings. I think the book with the highest rating, I could have guessed, I think, but as far as the book with the lowest rating, I had no idea what to expect. We're going to start with the lowest rated book. This is a book that I would be surprised if anybody even knew about. It was a very random purchase from a library sale. I just read the synopsis and I thought it sounded interesting. By the way, I got all of my ratings from the Fable app. All of these books are rated based on the Fable average rating. And this one came in at a 2.08 for a rating, which is very low. I will say that there was only 13 ratings on this. So again, this is like a very unpopular book. I've never seen it anywhere, and clearly a lot of people have not read it. I definitely think there's something to say about that. So maybe if more people have read it, it wouldn't have been such a low rating compared to the book that we're going to read that was the highest rating, which has like 45k ratings on it. So there's a big difference between our two books, I'll just say that. But enough of me yapping on forever. The book that we're going to be starting with a 2.08 rating on Fable is Instructions for a Funeral by David Means. This is a bunch of short stories. I already started. I got through, I guess you would say it's like the author's note. It's kind of like two short stories that are memoir-ish, not like a memoir because that's like a whole life story, but like the first two short stories are kind of just like about the author and about his life. And I will say that I found the first two pretty hard to get through. It was essentially just like him rambling. It was definitely very stream of consciousness, but to the point of it not really making sense to me entirely. And one review that I saw on Fable said that they couldn't deal with the stream of consciousness kind of writing, but also the fact that he doesn't really use periods. He doesn't break up his work into like sentences, which I have also found very difficult so far. So it's just like entirely stream of consciousness. It's just pages upon pages of the same sentence. But after the first two short stories that were kind of like about him and about his life, I am a couple pages into the first fictional short story, and it's not as bad as far as like the writing style and like the stream of consciousness. It's definitely like telling more of a fictional story. So I see where some of the reviews are coming from already, but we're still gonna try and give it a shot. Some of the short stories sounded very interesting, so that's where we're at. That's where we're starting. Hi guys, it's a few hours later. I'm not even that far into this. I really am not. I've read like maybe 4 more pages, like 4 to 6 more pages than when I last spoke to you guys. And I am just finding myself just wanting to not read this. And I'm scared because I recently just got out of a book slump. So I don't want to put myself back in that slump. So I'm a little nervous, but I agreed to this video. This is the video that I wanted to make. So I'm going to continue, even though there's so many books on my shelf that I would rather be reading at this time. And it's not entirely like bad. Like, I don't think it's bad so far. It feels a little bit pretentious, which is not my favorite thing in books at all. But I'm gonna keep going. Just looked down and realized that this book was originally $25. If I bought this book for $25, I I would be not happy with how it's going. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit more of this, and I'm really hoping that I can prove this rating wrong and that I will at least find 1 or 2 stories in here to be good. But like I said, the first story that I'm on right now, it's not bad. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm just gonna keep reading. Is the day after Thanksgiving. I am about, I think 30 to 40% of the way through Instructions for a Funeral, and I won't lie, I am having a hard time with it. Some of the short stories have like hit my heart in a certain way, but the writing style is very difficult to get through because it's a lot of like run-on sentences, and it's very stream of consciousness to the point of not making sense. It's almost like you would need to be in this guy's head to understand what he's trying to say sometimes. And at some points I do understand what he's trying to say, and at those moments I do like what he's trying to say, if that makes any sense. It still does feel a little bit pretentious in a way. So yeah, I'm chugging along, but it is difficult to want to pick up, and it takes a lot of brain power. A lot of thinking needs to go into reading this book, and just coming out of a book slump a few weeks ago, I'm finding it extra hard. So yeah, I'm just having kind of like mixed feelings about it, because when I do understand what he's trying to say, I do like it, and it does make me emotional almost. Like the things that he's writing about, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, guys. What he's saying is very meaningful a lot of the times, but it's very far and few between that I can actually understand what he's trying to get across in the story. Partially because of the writing style, and partially because it's taking a lot of brain power, and I don't really vibe with books that take a lot of brain power, to be honest with you. Like, I can deal with like world building and things like that. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm really hoping that I can get like a good chunk done here soon of that book, because honestly, I just want it to be over. And yes, I could DNF it, but I at least want to try to get most of the way through for you guys to be 100% sure that this isn't something that I want to continue. As you can see, it's the same day, and I just went downstairs to, sorry if you can hear my son in the background. I just went downstairs to try and read a few more of the short stories, and I am coming to report that I officially am gonna DNF Instructions for a Funeral. I really hate DNFing. It's not something I enjoy doing. Obviously, I don't think anybody enjoys doing it. I mean, in the last clip, I think I basically talked about all my issues with this book anyways, but just the writing style is not my cup of tea. There's no quotation marks when somebody is talking, and it's just like a stream. Like, you never know if you're in the past or the present, or if someone's talking, or if it's the narrator. Like, you never know. It's just all one giant paragraph, and you never know what he's trying to explain. I really wanted to give it a good shot, but I agree with the ratings on this. Yeah, not very good. I just looked at the ratings on Goodreads, and it's a 3-star on Goodreads, whereas on Fable it was a 2 stars, but there's more ratings on Goodreads. I hate to say a book is bad. I don't think this book is bad, because there were moments where I somehow understood what he was trying to get at, and it was like a very beautiful concept. Yeah, it's just that most of the time I had no idea what was going on. Definitely a 2 stars. I can see where people are coming from with that. And it's funny because I have only ever rated a book one time that's lower than 3 stars. Usually if I can't get through something, I will just DNF it. And even if I do DNF things, I usually can see why other people like it. And I know technically I probably shouldn't rate this because I'm DNFing it, but I do think that if I didn't DNF it, it would be a 2 stars for me. So that's that. Now, on to more important books. Coming in at I think on Fable, this book was rated a 4.67 with 41K reviews, which is very, very high compared to all of the other books on my shelf. This was the highest one, and that book is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I am extremely excited to start this, you guys, and I think this probably contributed to the fact that I was having such a hard time with Instructions for a Funeral, because I just had this book to think about also. But even if I wasn't reading this after Instructions for a Funeral, I do think I still would have DNF'd that book. If you don't know, this is a historical fiction that takes place in Nazi-occupied France, and it's the story of 2 sisters. I think you're watching them like grow up through their lives, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I have never, ever, ever heard anybody say that they did not like this. Every single person that I've seen review this has loved it. So needless to say, I am very, very excited to jump right into this. This is thick. It's almost 600 pages, but I'm hoping that it will grip me enough where I can kind of just fly through it, because I do have so many other books planned for reading this month and for other vlogs. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get through this and the other books that I need to read this month. I just got done filming another video. I am coming to you guys with an update on The Nightingale. I'm on chapter 11, page 138. So far, I am really intrigued about the story. I really like our characters. I can really actually relate to Vianne a lot. And honestly, I kind of feel like my sister is almost kind of like Isabel, which is very interesting to think about when reading this. I think that I just relate to Vianne so much because of being a mother and like being in this situation that is almost just like uncontrollable. Like you can't really do much about it, especially being a mother and having to protect your child. Whereas Isabel, I understand where she's coming from 100%, and I do feel like I would relate more to Isabel if I wasn't a mother. I think that if my sister read this, she would also relate to Isabel a lot. I'm really enjoying it so far. I haven't even really gotten that far in, even though I have read 140 pages. It's a pretty long book. I'm definitely interested to see where this story is gonna go. I'm a little bit worried about Isabel, but I'm also worried about Vianne. I'm worried about everybody, and I'm not sure how I like the vibes of this man that has come to stay with them. So yeah, I'm very curious to see where this is gonna go. Also, where is Vianne's husband? am on chapter 21 of The Nightingale. I'm probably, I don't know, 60% of the way through. I'm really liking it. I am just waiting for something terrible and heartbreaking to happen, because I know from everyone who's read this that it is heartbreaking. I mean, it already has been super heartbreaking, but I'm sure it's going to rip my soul out at some point here. So just waiting for that. I really like both of the sisters. It's been like a while since I updated you guys. I wish that it was moving faster, but my life is currently very busy. And since I've been putting out 2 YouTube videos a week, it's been less time for me to read. So that is the downfall of putting out more videos per week, is that I have less time to read. So it's taking me a little bit longer. So I think I'm gonna have to schedule out like a designated reading day where I just don't do any editing, but I just only read. I'm just like trying to think in my brain theories of what could possibly go wrong. I mean, a lot has already gone wrong for the sisters. I'm sure that one of them, if not both of them, if not some of the side characters, will probably die. So I'm just bracing myself for that. I really enjoy historical fiction, which is interesting because it's not a genre that I expected I would gravitate to when I first started my reading journey, but I actually really do love it so much. So I'm really enjoying this, even though it is heartbreaking. So yeah, that's my little update. I literally need to post this vlog on Friday, and today is Monday, and it's almost 10 p.m. So I need to get reading on this book. That is my goal for the week, is to finish up this book. And I have other videos to film that I need to start reading for too, so I gotta get a move on here. Hi. Ooh. Hi. Oh, this lighting is terrible. Hello. And my bangs look like crap. Alright, well, oh well. Look like I have a bowl cut. I read more of The Nightingale this morning, and I was sobbing on the couch while my toddler watched The Grinch and my brother did his homework. It's starting to hurt. We're about this far through. I can only imagine the devastation that is to come if just that one part absolutely destroyed me. So that's my little update. Video is taking me way too long as per usual. I need to figure out a new way to do my vlogs because they're just taking way too long. I'm literally supposed to post this video tomorrow and I'm still filming it. Haven't even started the editing process. So I am 100 pages away from finishing The Nightingale. It is getting very intense. If you know, you know. And I feel like stuff is about to hit the fan, basically. Things are just getting worse and worse, to be honest. So I'm going to just get cozy and read until I need to go to bed, basically. I don't think that I'm going to finish this tonight. I was hoping that I would, but after I put my kids to bed, I had to shower and clean up the living room and stuff. Mom life. So I don't have as much time to read as I was hoping for. Who knows when this video will come out? Maybe it will have to come out next Friday, but then I don't have anything to post for tomorrow. I'm still getting the hang of this posting twice a week thing. Let's just try to get through a lot of this ending here. Beautiful friends, I have finished The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. It's only taken me a million years. I don't know why I'm reading so slow lately. This book broke me. This was such an important story, but also just so devastating. Absolutely devastating. I can actually see why this was the highest rated book on my shelf, because I feel like this book could be read by all walks of life and understood and impacted by. I mean, like, as I was reading this, I thought of like a bunch of different people that would love this book, including like my grandma, my friends, my siblings. Like, I think most people I know would appreciate this book, if not love this book. I love the relationship between the sisters. I know that it was rocky for most of it, but I still loved it. I loved both of the sisters, and I just felt like both of their stories were so important and so real and raw. I literally just finished this maybe 30 minutes ago, so I don't want to put a final rating on it quite yet, but I do think it will sit above a 4 stars. I didn't get the 5-star feelings with this. I would definitely recommend this to anybody, but I would also tell them to go in cautiously because it is very heavy. One of the only trigger warnings that I like to be warned about before going into a book was in this book. I'm not usually triggered by many things, a handful of things, maybe less than that. But yeah, this was definitely hard to get through, I will say. Hard to get through in the sense that it was very devastating and sad, not hard to get through like it was boring. I thought the pacing was actually really good in this. I really enjoyed this. I definitely agree with the rating. So for both of the books in this video, I agree with the rating. I didn't rate this one because I DNF'd it. That's how that stands. That is today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was definitely fun to do, and it's kind of interesting that I agreed with the ratings that these books were given on Fable. If you liked this video, please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you stick around for more bookish videos. Let me know if you've read either of these books and how you felt about them. Were you able to get through this if this is one that you picked up? How did The Nightingale make you feel? I know people have lots of thoughts about it, so I would love to hear yours down below. Go watch more of my videos if you want to help me out. But until next time, guys, bye!